guys, welcome back to another Gimpy's Gal Guesses. Today is going to be an anniversary edition, and it's not anniversary of this channel or anything like that because I've only been on here, this is my third time doing this. But today is mine and Mr. Gimpy's 9th wedding anniversary, so it's a little bit mind-blowing that we've been married for 9 years. We've been together for over, 13, 14 years now. We've been together for a very long time. But today was our 9-year wedding anniversary, so I thought this would be my gift to him. I'm just kidding. That wouldn't be the best gift ever. I've got some stuff coming for him. But anyways, this is not that any of you guys would care because you're guys. Most of you anyway, but he did get me this cute little necklace with our kids' names, and it has something special about moms. It's kind of like Mother's Day early. We don't usually do anniversary gifts, but he definitely surprised me today with this. And it has their birthstones and their names, and I love it. So enough about me. Let me get into this. So today for Gimpy's Gal Guesses, I'm doing Picket Duty. Now, pretty sure this was the game that he has been glued to his email. He has been waiting. When did you order this? Over a year ago?
November.
Okay. Well, November doesn't seem like that long ago, but I'm telling you, it has been a long time coming, and it's not who he ordered it's from. It's fault. I think they moved back the release date of this, and then he ordered it from a third party, and it had to be shipped to them, and you know how all of that works better than I do. So finally, he got it in this morning before we left to go do our anniversary shenanigans. So Picket Duty, it says kamikaze attacks against U.S. destroyers in Okinawa, 1945 by Legion War Games. A solitaire game designed by Steve Dixon. 2nd edition. That's what's on the front of the box. And then I'll show you the back in just a second. I'm just kind of looking at it really quick to familiarize myself with it. Looks like game description, kind of has counters. Here's the back. And let's see, so it has a game description. Obviously it says a solitaire game, so we can definitely assume that this is a solitaire game. The other ones weren't so clear to me, but this one is. It says a solitaire game design, so I am assuming it is a one-person, a one-player game. Obviously, it's about the war in 1945. U.S. Navy devised a plan to help ward off the expected kamikaze attacks during the battle for the island. So I guess this is actually based on actual what went down then, right? Okay, I'm looking. If I look over there, it's my husband. He always sits over there. I make him so I don't, feel like a complete idiot guessing. I look to him for guidance, and he always tells me to look back to you guys. So if you see this, that's what's going on. So it says game credits, and it says what components. It has a pretty good sized playing board. It has a 20-page rule book, a 24-page chart/scenario book, 160 1.2-inch game counters, and 240.6, so a half-inch game counters, and then 4 player aid charts. So on the features, we have 35 different aircraft counters depicting actual planes used in the campaign. Excuse me, basic game and advanced game. So you have an easy version and a harder version. I would assume on Left 4 Dead, when you can pick easy, medium, or hard. That's kind of what this is going on here. 6 historical, 2 hypothetical, plus the ability to design your own scenarios. That's cool. Mini and long campaign options as well. So that's cool. So it has 6 that are based on history, 2 that are hypothetical what ifs, and then there is the ability to create your own scenario. So that's a pretty cool concept. So I will set this right here so we don't forget that this is not going to stand up. So we'll do it like this. See, we're smart. Is it there? Okay. So I'll just pull everything out and then we'll run through it. Lots of books. Oh, a counter popped out. Wow, there really are a lot of counters. It's just I'll pull everything out and we'll go through it like we usually do. All right, so here is the rules of play. It's a pretty decent size, say 25 page. Yeah. So we've already, you know, assumed solitaire. So I think we're good on there. Table of contents on the front. I love. I'll say that I do like, I didn't comment on this earlier, but this looks like it's artwork, like it's drawn. Like, I don't know who did it, but I like it when it's artwork like this. Like, it's not a picture of whatever. The last game I did, it looked like it was just a picture taken straight from like a newspaper. There's nothing wrong with that, but I personally like these. They feel a little more creative, I guess. So I do like the front of this. It looks like, you know, someone drew it, but it looks very realistic as well. So I do like the front of the box, and I like the ocean. I love the ocean. Shark Week is my jam. So obviously I like this because ocean. So we're good.
You know what a kamikaze is, right?
Yes, a kamikaze is the Japanese that would fly their planes into stuff and basically commit suicide, right? Like a bomb. They would basically use their plane as a bomb, correct? Okay.
Well, they would have bombs on it too.
Oh, they would also have bombs on it.
Yes.
Okay.
They would just fly the bomb directly into the ship.
Gotcha. So I knew what a kamikaze was. Aside from it being a shot, I knew that it was also a Japanese pilot situation. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to read through this. I didn't look through any of this before starting this. So this is all just putting together what the basic gist of this is from what I can gather from the components and the rule book. Same as before. So it again tells you in here what's included, talks about the map, and it just talks about what each thing does. Where does it say, like, I mean, it talks about markers and chits, which I think is such a weird word, but it is. All right, here we go. Game setup. So it does give you a pretty good, like, description on how to set the game up. So let's see, a layout. Lay out the map encounters on a large table. Place the value chits numbered -2 to +2 in an opaque cup. Mix the value chits well and draw a value chit and record the value of each on the ship log sheet. All right, we're gonna do what we usually do and kind of just piece it all together. So that is the rules of playbook, and it like I said, it breaks down the map and all that cool stuff in there. So this is, what is this, the scenario book? Like, that has all the, because it says that it comes with, what is it? Map, markers and chits, ship's log, the time record, secondary compartment sheet. So I think this is, okay, yeah, these are like the scenarios. So the hypothetical, the historical ones.
It says it right on the front.
Where?
Charts and scenarios.
Oh. I was reading up here, I looked down here, I'm like, it doesn't say what this is, and right there, in huge bold letters on the front, right there for you, it says charts and scenarios. So he normally doesn't tell me anything, but since it's our anniversary, he's, you know, he's being nice to me today. All right, so this is, I was right then. This is all the charts and then the different scenarios you can choose from, and it has like the dates and what you will need. It's like the first one says basic game station assignment. So it said there was basic and advanced, so it breaks it down how to set it up and what you need. I don't know what any of these things mean, just to show you this. It says like roll, you know, it doesn't say that on this one. On this one, it says roll 2d6 and then result. And I don't know what that means. I know that 2d6 are obviously 2 dice, but I don't know, like, it doesn't really say much besides that. It's like here, if you want to do the basic game, then you just do this. And this is the result. But it doesn't really say, like, I've told you, I like super simple. I like it to say, hey, you're going to be on start and your goal is to get to the finish line before the kamikazes catch you. That would be what I would hope that this game is about. Like, you're just trying to beat the kamikazes to the finish line and you win. That would be my ideal outcome for this. But we know that's not how it's going to go. So this just has the campaigns and the charts, the scenarios, all that kind of jazz in it. Boring. Just kidding. It's very crucial and nice to have all of that. All right, this has got to be the map. Yes, it is pretty humongous. And it goes this way. Sorry if I bumped the microphone. This map is huge. I'm here. I'm still here. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see. We're gonna have to fold it over so you can see me. So, falling apart here. So on the top, it has your damage control, list, and trim. So I know that list for a ship means if it's leaning to one side or the other. Trim, I assume on ships there's like feet that say how much of the ship is underwater. So I'm gonna guess that trim might be front or back. If the ship's leaning that way or that way. Is that wrong? He's smiling. I can always tell when I'm like totally off because he'll just start laughing behind the camera. You guys can't see that, but I can. You know what I mean? On like ships I've seen, they'll have it marked below sea level, how, you know, what's below sea level. And so I wonder if that means, you know, if it's leaning forward or backward, or listing as if it's leaning to side. Probably wrong, but that's my guess. And then it has, you know, flooding, Japanese attack waves, gun directors. Is that what that says? Yeah. And then we have like, oops, fuel supply, ammo supply, hull integrity, maneuvering, assignment stations. So I think this goes hand in hand with this because they talked about stations in here. So depending on what game you are, which of these you're located at, I'm assuming. Air and fire support. I don't think you're supposed to cut these out, are you? No, they look like counters, but they're not. So yeah, and then down here is your ship, I'm assuming.
You're behind the box.
Oh, sorry. Down here is the ship. It's big. You saw it a second ago, but it's a pretty big, pretty confusing map, but it's a map of, there was nothing on the back, by the way. It's just like, it's just your ship. So obviously we know we're going to be using that to keep track of our damage. And I'm starting to think that I'm close to right. It said that it is kamikaze attacks against U.S. destroyers. So there you go. That's what this game is. It's different scenarios where kamikazes are attacking the U.S. destroyers and you're trying to keep the kamikazes from winning. Trying to keep them from destroying your destroyer. That's my guess. Hopefully I'm right. We'll see. All right, here are the counters. I know last time I didn't really hold up that many of these already popped out, so we'll just go ahead and hold up a few of these for you. So here are some of the, are these planes? Yes. Now it said that some of the ships were actual ships that were used. So I'm assuming the same for all of like the planes and stuff, maybe that they were also actual ships that were used. And it says on here like what type of plane, that this is a torpedo bomber. And then they have some weird name on the top. This one says like Aichi B7A2. Don't know what that means. And then Grace, Jill, I have no idea. But there's like a bunch of them with the same like bottom name.
Code names.
Code names. There you go. See, he's being very, very nice and helpful today. I'm going to go ahead and comment. These counters, like he literally opened the box this morning when it got here. We left, came back, and I'm now opening it. So he only opened it just to see what was in there and closed it back up because he likes to make sure that everything is in there before I fully open it and we're missing things. So that's all he did. And these counters are like, I mean, if you barely touch this, they're just falling out. So that's not great, but they're not like bad. They're thick. They're pretty decent, but they are popping out of that thing. So I'm going to sit these in the box so I don't lose those. But these are like the planes on this one. Just to give you guys a close-up. I know, again, you like to see the counters. On the bottom, it looks like the pilots and the different military people you can have. But I think they're pilots. They had the little pilot-y hat on. Is that right? What are you laughing at? He's laughing. See, I can't ever know if he's just smiling or if he's like laughing like, oh my gosh, she's such an idiot. She got it so wrong. I can never tell. Got some more. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to be so careful. They keep popping out here. Some more. These aren't as cute as the last one I did. I mean, they're practical and they're realistic because they're based off of like real people and places and things. But the other ones, I really liked the little teeny weeny figurines. Some more. So there's a lot. I mean, I said like 160 of the big ones and like 200 and something of the little ones. So it looks like crew members and pilots and all that for all the different ships are what the little ones are on those few sheets. And then one more, nope, 2 more sheets of counters. So this one has more planes. It looks like it has spray fire, shot down, surface fire, and then we have these different target ones on the bottom. Japanese attack ends, air fire support, different planes again that have different things on them for what they do. So if you do damage, some of these will dictate that on that board. So on this map where we have those little charts, you would put these to keep track of all your damage and what you've done and what you've taken. That's my guess. And then these are the boring ones to me because they're just numbers and words that don't really mean anything. Like this one says fire and flooded, destroyed, hit, and then just some more like numbers and that kind of jazz. So here they are.
Informational. That's what
yeah, these are the informational ones that I don't really like. I like the pictures. I'm not an idiot. When I play a game, I like it to be simple, and if it's cute, even better. We have this beautiful plain blue sheet of paper. I don't know is this any significance or was it just in there? Maybe it's for you to be able to write stuff down on. Maybe they just here you go, have a free sheet of paper.
Matches your shirt.
They put it in there to match my shirt. That was a very lovely gift. Thank you. All right, now we're going to find on here this time on my own what these are. So this says there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little kind of, what is this material called? Cardstock material sheets. So this one is the time record sheet. Says it at the top there. So time record sheet. Don't know what this is used for. I'm assuming, I'm assuming to keep track of time that's passed because your scenarios are based on real time. And so I'm assuming they have like a start date and end date and you have a goal that you need to accomplish by the end of that campaign. And that's what this helps you keep track of, how much time has passed. Okay. This one is the firing charts. So this one tells you, I guess, depending on what weapon you're using, what you're capable of doing and like damage and yeah, that kind of stuff. So this is the firing chart. Tra-la-la-la. Then we have the secondary compartments hit sheet, which has again to do with damage on the ship, I'm assuming. And the last one is the ship's log, which it looks like you can make copies of this because it has like blank spaces so you can keep score. You can name your ship, the whole number, station number, and the date, and then your crew. So you have your captain and your officers and your repair chiefs and that kind of thing. Okay, and it says value. So here is my final guess of what Picket Duty is all about. I think, depending on, like I said, there was 6 historical campaigns, a couple of hypothetical, and then you can create your own, like customize it. So what I think it is depending on what you pick, a basic or an advanced, it's going to give you a scenario. It's either going to be historically accurate or hypothetical, and it's going to give you a point value that you can kind of like, this sounds weird, but my husband, I did play with him way back in the day, Star Wars, the miniature game. X-Wing. And in that one, they have like a point value that you can have like to keep it even. So $100 or 100 points. and you pick however many ships will get you to 100-point value. So that's what I think the value means. I think that you're going to be given a value, and you can choose crew and you can choose ships and planes that will get you to that value to keep it even, and then you're basically trying to defeat the kamikazes before they defeat you. And that's what it is. Now, as far as all the little things in between here, like what all these little individual things mean on here, that I could not tell you. But that is my basic, it is a historically accurate game about the Japanese kamikaze pilots fighting, you know, the US destroyers, and some of them actually happened, and there's like really cool planes and people on here that were real, and some that you can make up and change, and that's what I think it is. And I think the value keeps it so that, you know, for the basic games, maybe you only have 50 value points, but maybe for the advanced games, you could have 200 value points. So it makes it a little more difficult because you have more to work with. So that's what I think it is. I know that's kind of not really like a straightforward answer, but that's what I think this game is. So hopefully I'm right. Pretty sure I'm close, because he's laughing at me. What?
You've only got control of one destroyer in the game.
Okay, so the value does not tell you how many ships you get because you only have one destroyer, but maybe the value is just for the crew, because each crew on this sheet, it says, next to the crew name, it says value. So then if you're only going to have one ship, and if the planes in here are all kamikaze planes, then the value is just for the crew that you're going to have on your destroyer. That's what I think it is. And he's nodding yes, so definitely got that right. And obviously, like I said, it's a solitaire game. So there you go. There was my attempt at guessing Picket Duty. This one is by Legion War Games. I don't think I've heard or seen anything from them before, but I'm sure he has some stuff from them. Like I said, if I took you on a tour of our house, it would be like, here's a shelf full of games, here's a shelf full of games, here's a shelf that used to be storage in our garage that is now half full of games, here's some games on the floor. You get the point. So I'm sure he has some of these from this. I didn't show you the dice too. Let me show you these really quick, and then I will go. So you get the 2d6, and then, whoop, what is this one? A d8. Is that what this one is? Yeah. 7, yeah, this is a D8, so you get a D8. Is that what that is? What is it? Oh, a 9, a D9, a 10? It's a 10? It doesn't have a 10 on it, though.
A 0.
Well, then that's not, oh yeah, that is 10. Sorry. I had a dumb moment. Okay, I always get these wrong. So this is a D10, forgive me. We have so many of these laying around, we really don't need any more. And then these are the 2d6 that you have. So I don't know if the colors have any significance. I will say that in the little rule book, I didn't see anything that just said like, here are the rules of this game, or here's what you do. So I think it really, really depends on what campaign you choose, on how exactly your game will work. But the basic gist is to defeat the kamikazes and keep your crew alive. And maybe by the end of the game, you have to tally up how much of your crew is still alive, and maybe that's how you determine your points. I don't know, just a guess. But there you have it. So I showed you everything that was in the box. I'll show you, this is, again, this was the charts and scenarios, just to kind of flip through it a little bit. So it has all the different campaign options, just so you get a good idea. On the back. And then this is the rules of play, so it just has all of the, you know, rules of play in it. All right, so there you guys go. Thank you for watching. I do want to make one little comment or speak about something very, very quickly, because it really, I wanted to say something when it first happened, but I couldn't. So I think he mentioned it in another one of his videos, but someone had posted a comment on one of his videos where they were talking about how he wasn't really preparing, and that he was going off on tangents, and he needed to stay on topic, and that he needed to prepare more for his videos. To keep this as nice and sweet as possible, the person who did this, first of all, I could never see their comment on my app, so I couldn't reply directly to them, so that's why I'm saying it here. But basically, you all know, if you watch him and you're subscribed, you know that he has a brain injury, a traumatic brain injury, that he downplays. He would never, ever admit to a lot of the things that he has to struggle with. So a lot of times he'll just glaze over things. And sometimes when he goes off on tangents or when he loses his train of thought, it could actually be seizure activity happening, that he just disguises as, oh, I had a brain fart. So for someone to comment that he doesn't prepare really frustrates me and makes me, like, my mama bear mode, like, kick in, because you don't mess with my family and do not mess with my husband. But he has a brain injury and he puts so much time and energy into his videos. He puts everything he is into everything he does for this channel, and he absolutely loves it. And obviously a lot of people like watching him. Otherwise, all of the stuff that he has, been able to get access to wouldn't happen if he wasn't good at it. So to say that he doesn't prepare is not true. He spends so much time on a single video that may just be a 10-minute video to you, but it might have taken hours and hours of work, and he rehearses and he writes down notes and he tries his hardest to not forget and to stay on task. But with a brain injury, he can't control that. So I just wanted to say to whoever that person is, you are more than welcome to go watch whatever channel you commented about in the comments, if that's what you want to watch. But those that are watching these videos like them because of the stories he tells and because of who my husband is. So don't feel like you have to watch it. No one's making you. But of course, if you want to, subscribe if you haven't already. And that's just me being protective of my husband. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.